In this video, I want to talk about one of the biggest problems that marketing agencies that do cold outreach or LinkedIn outreach make, um, and that is completely ignoring or being ignorant to buying signals that companies display online, signals that you can research and signals that you can implement. So, what do I mean by this? The current approach to cold outreach, whatever the platform you prefer might be, is that uh, what you do is you scrape every Shopify store. Maybe it's in like apparel niche, maybe it's in supplement niche. Doesn't really matter. But you scrape every Shopify store that has like +5 employees. Maybe use revenue filters, which by the way are not accurate at all, and you should never use revenue filters. Uh, what you do is you scrape a list that's kind of broad, right? And then you send out generic outreach to those companies. Hey, we do this. We helped Nike like double their revenue, whatever your case study might be. You send it out and you kind of pitch slap your prospects with your offer, whatever it might be again. And this of course it works on a big enough scale, right? If you send 1,000 to 5,000 emails per day, you might get a couple of meetings a month. And by couple I mean, like, if you reach out to e-commerce and you send 1,000 emails per day, uh, average results with this approach would be like 2 or 3 meetings a month, because everyone's doing the same thing and it's not really effective anymore. Okay, it was effective like 2 years ago, right? But it's not effective anymore. Things change fast in cold email because there's so many players here. There's so many new strategies being used and utilized that the old ones simply don't work. What you should instead be doing is looking at buying signals. And what do I mean by this? So the smart agency owner, what do they do is, like, they're not scraping a broad list and just sending random emails to it, right? They are looking uh, at their lead list through different kind of lens. They look at each store and they try to determine, um, is their traffic increasing or decreasing, or is it stagnant? And you can do this with SEMrush easily with the APIs. It's very cheap. For around 10,000 scans, you're paying around $50, something like that. It's very cheap to do this on scale. So what they're doing, they're using SEMrush to see what's their traffic data. Is their traffic growing, not growing, declining, stagnant, whatever, right? So this is buying signal number one. So if you only use this one signal, your success rate will improve drastically. Why? Because then if you have this data, you can actually filter out e-commerce brands that have traffic that's declining. And what do those Shopify store owners or e-commerce brand owners think? They think, like, how can we get back to the same level we had 6 months ago, where we had like 3 times as much traffic and 3 times as much sales? What did we do differently, and how can we get back to that state, right? So if you use this one signal, your outreach efforts will like quadruple just from one signal. But what you can do additionally to this is look at a couple more signals. For example, is that company hiring media buyers? And you can use Apify plus Clay to look at this at scale. So let's say you have a list of 10,000 companies. You can run them through Apify and then use Clay to make sense of the information that you scrape to actually see which e-commerce brands are currently hiring media buyers, SEO specialists, brand managers, marketing managers, whatever. So if they're hiring someone for those roles, it's very clear that they're looking to grow. And if their traffic is declining and they're hiring media buyers, it's very clear what their intentions are, right? So if you reach out to companies that are currently displaying these two buying signals, your outreach efforts at this point will be 10 times more potent, right? Because those companies that you're reaching out to, they currently have the pain that you promised to solve, right? So your results won't be diluted across like 10,000 companies who don't need your service, right? But we can go one layer deeper. But we can go even deeper. Is the brand currently rapidly adding new products to their store? Uh, you can look this up using ClayGen. Again, the same software that you use here what it does, it uses AI to crawl each individual Shopify store in your list, and you can see if they're rapidly adding new products. Okay, what does this mean? If they're adding new products, same as here, they're probably looking to grow rapidly, right? If you use these three signals, it's 15 times more potent than just emailing all Shopify stores in your list. And the last layer of this would be, are they currently running ads? Okay, so these two signals, when combined, they're very, very powerful, because that means that their ads are not effective. Okay, add this to the mix, even more effective, because if they're running ads and hiring media buyers, it's very clear that their ads are not working, because if they were crushing it, they wouldn't hire anyone and their traffic wouldn't be declining. Okay, and yeah, if you use these four buying signals in cohesion, right? First obvious thing, your lead list will be like much, much smaller. But your outreach efforts, your reply rates, your reply to meeting book rates, they will skyrocket, because the companies you're reaching out to, all of them are currently needing what you sell. They need your solution. They're in big pain, and if you reach out to them at this particular time when they're struggling with all these things, or they are displaying these signals, your success rate from your cold outbound strategies will be much, much higher. But doing all this manually, it actually is, it's quite expensive, right? It's around $3,000 a month if you want to incorporate this on scale. But we're actually working on a solution which is currently in beta that you can test out, which is called Potion Leads. And what we do here is we do all of the groundwork for you. And what we have here is kind of a database where we look at company like buying signals on scale, and each month or each week you get 500 companies, which is a mix of startups and e-commerce brands that are currently displaying these buying signals that I talked about here. You can get started and test it out with just $97 a month, and I guarantee you that within the first month, if your offer is good, you're going to make this times 10 minimum, right? So if you want to check it out, go to potionleads.com. But if you want to do the whole thing yourself without paying me and my team to do it, you will need a couple of things. First is SEMrush API. It's very cheap. I think it's $50 for Analytics API. Just Google SEMrush Analytics API. Set up your account, get the API key, then go to appify.com, sign up here as well, get the API key from here, then go to Clay, create the I think you need the cheapest account here, which is around $100 per month, I think, and you will have like basic functionality of what we're doing. Of course, the volume of leads you can run through the cheapest plans won't be that significant, but at least you can test it out and see if it works for you or it doesn't work. And yeah, if I were to show how to connect all this in the studio, it'd be like 2-hour video. But yeah, if there's interest for this, let me know in comments down below, and I'll create a separate like mini course on YouTube to how to get all this data and how to enrich your lead list with all these buying signals. Apart from that, yeah, please check out Potion Leads. It's my brainchild, something I've been working on for a long time. And yeah, thanks for watching.